Hi, it's Ronnie and welcome to my channel. And welcome to How to Kill a Kit with Style. This month I have page kits, and this one is one I actually made up. There's going to be several in the month that I didn't make up. They are from HSN from a long time ago, but this one I used Paper Studio for the papers, and I thinking, yeah, so there was a sticker sheet with it too, which the alphas there came with it. The New York didn't. You can see it right there. It's kind of shiny, so it's hard to tell that it says New York, but it does say New York. I am putting, since it's silver, putting silver behind the picture, and the only silver I could find on cardstock was a matte colored one. But I'm going to use it anyway. It kind of looks white in the light sometimes, like right there it looks white, but it is a silver. And it's going to go behind the picture just to add the silver one other place. I'm going to have it in 3 places. Well, four. An odd number would have worked better, but I forgot. I did find a camera and I'm going to use it on here. And it's like a last minute thing. I had it with the other stuff. I just forgot to use it. And there is a few things that I pulled that I am not going to be using. This does have a burgundy and then a dark blue and then a lighter blue, almost as dark though. And that dark blue looks black in certain lights. I mean, seriously, it does. So I thought it'd be all right to use black with this because I am going to pull in some stickers that are really old, probably older than my HSN kits that I'm going to be using. And they come on a sticker sheet with loads of phrases and words. In the upper left-hand corner, it had a letter. And the ones I threw in here in this iris container for my grandson's DC trip, they had V on both of them, but one was vagabond and one was vacation. So I pulled quite a few little phrases out to use on my layout. And they're black, so I had to add black somewhere else. And I already had this black paper gutted, and I thought it'd look great on the back. And I planned on using, you see over there at the left, right at the edge of my mat, my cutting mat, it is a border strip out of the Paper House collection on the sticker sheet. And I thought I'd use it and go either all the way across the page or up and down one. But since I decided to back this paper with the black, that didn't work out. So I decided to make a banner here on the left, and I'm going to put the sticker sheet there. I cut it in half so I'd have half to use at another time, but it's not quite long enough, so I did cut it a little bit and split it up just a little bit because it's going to be hid behind that United States map. Oh, and I love that thing. I wish I had a die that cut out the United States because there's plenty of times I've wished I had it and didn't. So I was really glad to see this on the sticker sheet. I already put a star right there, down there where close to where DC is at, but I do have a sticker over there on the left that is a geotag. So I'm going to nestle them together in that little spot. That Statue of Liberty, I stole it out of the stuff I've got for my granddaughter's trip to New York. There were 2 of them. I didn't think she really needed 2. One was a full size, well, not full size, but it was a full figure of a Liberty, Statue of Liberty. And this one's only half, so I put the half one on here and I will put the full one on her layout when I do her pictures. My title, my grandson sent me this picture when he was in DC. He sent me quite a few pictures, and most of them he didn't say anything on. He just sent the pictures. Like when he was in front of the White House, he said Trump's house. And when he got a hot dog, he said that eating off the food truck. And I think that's about it. He didn't say anything else. So I don't know anything about this, but I'm leaving him a spot for journaling so that he can write about it. But you can tell he's in a building. That's not the real Statue of Liberty. But the ceiling is a burgundy color like in my papers. And then there's a yellowish glow for one of those where they have the lights at the ceiling and they go up. I can't even think what they're called at the moment. But anyway, that went with my paper pretty good. I thought, oh, this paper goes so well with my picture and the colors in my pictures. I didn't even have to use a filter. Oh, here I am fussy cutting. The New York had a little star right there in the corner, and when I cut it off of her sheet, because yeah, that came off of her sheet too, the star was right there, and I thought about leaving it in, and I thought, well, I might want it for something. Well, I used the negative part of a star that was on the sticker sheet, and I had to fussy cut around it to be able to use it, and I put it on my sheet. Then I thought I'd just be able to lay that silver one on top of it. No, I had to fussy cut around it and cut the plastic off of it so it would fit down in there. So yeah, they had plastic all around it, just like the New York does. But it normally would just kind of fade into the background. But since I was putting it on top of the other star, it looked like it was just on top. So that didn't work. So fussy cutting twice. My stickers, those black ones I was talking about, they are pretty old. And I've got them in a container. Well, the two with the V I don't have in the container no more. But when I was pulling everything out and putting it over with his stuff, I pulled the ones off the bottom because they were coming off all over the place. And I thought, man, they lost their stick. So I put them on a piece of cardstock there. Oh, man, they found their stick while I was letting it set in the packaging for, well, my little packet for my kit for about a week. Yeah, when I pulled the first one off, if you were looking, it kind of curled. Well, that's because half of it stayed on the cardstock. So then the next one, I use the scissors and fussy cut around it. A couple of them I just go ahead and pull off, and they're just thinner on my layout. But most of them I'm going to fussy cut out. I cut this too short. I had it planned on setting it over to the right, and I didn't like it there. I decided I wanted to move it to the left. This is where he's going to put his journaling. And I cut it too short, so I had to add that piece back on. So if you look real close, you can see the seam where the two pieces are meeting. But I didn't want it the same length as the other paper, to match up right against it. Since I moved it over to the left, I wanted to off-center a little bit. And hopefully he won't notice. I could move that heart over just a little bit and cover that seam up. I might try that because that heart's just about the right size. I might have to put something else under the heart to do that because it will look kind of funny hanging off that far. And I did put a heart on here. Love that kid. I know boys don't like hearts on there, and he'll probably make some comment, but he'll just shake his head and put up with it. He does put up with a lot of stuff with me. He he is a subby of mine. Yeah, he calls me, every week or two, see how I'm doing. We talk about an hour or two. But he asked me if I was staying busy making YouTube videos, and I said, yeah. And he wanted to know how many subbies I had, and I said, well, I like 3 having 1,000. And about 30 seconds later or so, he says, well, now you only like 2. So he subbed. He said he'd probably never watch it. But I said, you might get the urge. He said, I doubt it. So he said scrapbooking was not something he'd want to watch on YouTube probably. But he did sub, so I do have one extra subby that I know will be there whether he watches it or not. Let's see, what am I doing now? Oh, I pulled that sticker off, and I didn't cut around it, so it is kind of on the thin side. But I plan on putting, well, you can see it over there on the black. It's a flare, and it says north, south, east, and west. And I thought, well, it is a trip, and I do have a geotag on here, so he might need a compass to find his way around DC. And so I put it on there, and then that label I'm putting there, I added a sticker that says limited edition. Not that it really went with anything other than the fact that he's only on one trip to DC. He might go again someday, but at the moment, it's a limited edition trip. The one in the top left-hand corner, The smaller one says dedicated to crazy travelers, while the black one says write all the really important stuff here, and it has an arrow. And I did cut half the arrows off because they hung over too far. And then the little paper that he's going to write on, it says noteworthy. And then below my title, it says objects may be larger than they appear or not, meaning the Statue of Liberty. But yeah, it's not the real thing, but it is a good likeness. I mean, it does look pretty good. And then down there below the Statue of Liberty, it does say 100% authentic adventure, because he did have an adventure when he went that time. And that's it. That's my layout. If you look down there below, you'll see all kinds of inspiration for the How to Kill a Kit with Style. And some of those gals post a video every day, so you have plenty of inspiration to check out down there if you're wanting any or needing any. Me, I love YouTube. I watch it more than I do the regular TV. But that's it. That's my layout. And if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you like my video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, thank you so much. But have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.